I may change my mind. We're all aware that I guess the movement, or whatever you want to call it at this point, is very ideologically disparate. And we actually have poll data to prove that. I don't know if any of you guys have seen some of these recent polls, but a pollster who's worked for Michael Bloomberg and Bill Clinton and various other neoliberal cretins did a poll in which he basically took a bunch of data and then kind of lied about it and said that it proved that the Democrats were embracing a violent extremist movement and it would be politically toxic for them, but it doesn't actually correspond to his data, which was actually kind of, I think, very badly described and aggregated. Someone else came along and put it in, I think, a much more easily understandable format. And here's kind of the taxonomy of protesters. 8% said that they were radical in some fashion. They wanted the radical redistribution of wealth and the dissolution of our representative democracy / capitalism, or whatever I guess that means. 53% said that they were liberal. 35% of this subgroup said that they wanted to influence the Democrats the way the Tea Party has influenced the GOP. 35 of 53%. 9% said that they wanted to engage and mobilize progressives. 4% that they said they wanted single-payer health care, and 4% said they wanted to pull out of Afghanistan immediately. So this is kind of a broadly liberal to social democratic kind of tendency within the movement. 5% said that they were conservative, or you can interpret their position as conservative in some fashion, voicing support for things like the flat tax replacing the income tax. And 27% I guess could be put under the rubric of being process-oriented. And you know, these are the folks for whom you know, the idea of voice and being heard and direct democracy and so on is the most important part of the movement, which I find to be kind of interesting, because that's, I mean, we hear so much about it, but I mean, at least if this poll is anything to go by, that's actually kind of a minority within the movement, and it's kind of, I think, disappointing to me in a certain respect that this kind of perspective has gained such, I guess, hegemonic status within the movement. I understand why people are very, very concerned with having their voices heard and feeling like their voices are heard. You know, the institution